Wow. Hello and happy Friday or Fri YAY.
Friday.
Hope you all are having the sun is shining here in Norfolk right now.
Finally.
We're very excited about that. Welcome to episode number 36. The businesses resources galore for new businesses. So we're going to talk to you today about all kinds of cool resources. If you have a brand new business or you're thinking about starting one, there are so many tools and resources out there that we can use, and a lot of them are free, so that's always nice.
Free is good.
But one thing I learned in my starting days is that you have to be able to use your resources. You can't do everything, you're not an expert in everything, and that's okay. So we want to share some of our favorite resources for small businesses with you. And we're going to do like kind of a broad approach to this today. We will do some videos later throughout the year that are more specific about if you're a female entrepreneur or a military affiliated entrepreneur, or fill in the blank. We'll do some extras that are specific. Yes. So we're going to start off with some kind of national presence organizations that you can go to if you have a small business that might be able to help. So if you're looking at a national level, there are a few different organizations that are really helpful to know about. So one is the SBA, which is the Small Business Administration. And they have all kinds of resources on their website. You can go and watch these videos. You can download all kinds of materials. And they partner up with another organization,
SBDC.
So the SBDC is a Small Business Development Center, and they are placed in different localities across the country. And you can go and get some help, some one-on-one help.
Some business counseling.
Right, some one-on-one business counseling and consulting for free. And they also have trainings that they offer, and those are not free generally, but they're at a very nominal fee. So those are two bigger national organizations. The third national organization we're going to talk about is SCORE, which is one that I actually have some experience in utilizing.
Mentorship, right?
Yep, it is about mentorship. So it is experienced business owners who volunteer their time to be SCORE mentors.
Nice.
So you can go into their website and you can say like what your challenges are and what you're needing help in the most, and they will pair you with a mentor, and then you get one-on-one attention from that mentor. And I mean, I've heard it can be kind of hit or miss with this, right? Because it's relying on a volunteer. So sometimes I've heard stories where maybe it wasn't the greatest experience, but I had a killer experience with this, you guys. I actually got paired with a business owner out of San Antonio, and we did bi-monthly, so every 2 weeks we did a Zoom video chat and live with each other, and she was incredible. I got to be her mentee for almost 2 years, or it was about 2 years.
Is it possible for those who have a bad experience to do it again and get a different mentor, so that hopefully if they have still have questions and still want a better experience, that they can find someone else?
Absolutely. So that's always an option. You can always go back and say, can I work with someone else? Can I get what does it say? Good morning.
Who are you?
Who are you? Oh, hi, this is Casey and Kara with Creek Captivate, if you're just tuning in. So we're talking about resources for small businesses, and so we're talking about some national ones, SBA, SBDC, and SCORE. And now we're going to talk more here on a city basis. Check to see if your city has an economic development office. Mm-hmm. That's a fantastic resource. I know the one. Really sorry about that. My phone started ringing. So if you want some like very hyper local attention to your business, and like resources and information and all kinds of tools that they have, look to see if your city has an economic development office. The one here in Norfolk is really, really nice. Like, they're loaded with information and helpful people.
Things. Everyone's had such great things to say. They're, from what I've heard, very helpful.
Yep. And then if you have, if you're lucky enough to be here in our area, in the Hampton Roads, Virginia region, we have an organization we love that's called Start Wheel, and it's startwheel.org, and it's all about connecting entrepreneurs with the resources that they need. So they have a directory. And
if you're a company that's been around for a while and you would like to volunteer and help other companies, you can also sign up to become a resource.
Right, and you can even just with that, just list your information. Not even,
At
you're
events,
basically
too.
advertising your business.
If you have workshops or conferences, you can actually not upload, but sign, do a calendar event on their page for those as well.
Yep. So we list our workshops on their calendar, as well as other community calendars. So that's a great place to start if you're looking locally for some help. If you want workshops to attend or events to attend, look on those community calendars. So some of the other places you might find calendars here locally in Hampton Roads might be Cova Biz Magazine's website. That's a fantastic one. There's also just kind of the national sites like eventful.com. That's a great resource.
And they're all free, correct?
All those calendars? Oh yeah. And
They're
you can
all free.
If you do events, if you host events yourself, you can list your information on all those places for free. So it's a great resource either way. If you're trying to help or you need help.
Or you have a grand opening coming up.
Right.
There you go.
It's a great place to promote your event. Absolutely.
Nasim's watching.
Hi, Nasim.
Hi.
So we're talking about Nasim. Oh, here. I'll give a shout out to Nasim since she's watching. Nasim is a great resource. She is a QuickBooks Pro advisor. So any questions about accounting and bookkeeping, Nasim with Small Business ABCs is the lady to go to. A great resource for that. So other than that, just looking more on a specific topic, you might want to look for particular Facebook groups about that topic, or
networking groups that are local to you that you can go in person, or again on Facebook. See if there's conferences that are coming close to by, or one even maybe you need a good trip and there's one across the country and you can go to. Conferences are great. They're great networking. They're great ways to also learn, and they're fun.
But even if you can't take a big trip, you can still do some things locally, or just a couple hours or a day. So
Exactly.
Look on Facebook is a great place to find events.
Well, in this area, particularly Norfolk and Virginia Beach, there's always a whole bunch of conferences. Richmond as well. DC's not far away. Charlotte's 5 hours away. So you got some great areas that there should be some conferences in your field.
Or even just a quick lunch and learn.
Lunch and learns are fun. A breakfast and learn.
Right. There's all kinds of opportunities like that, and Facebook's a great place to look for those as well. Or Eventbrite is another app that you can go search on and find great events and things to attend as well. What about this resource? So we have one particular resource that's very specific to, well, anyone can go on and create an account and pay for an account on this. But if you're a military, spouse, veteran, active duty, reservist, whatever it might be, the MWR Digital Library is something I feel like is really underutilized.
I'm so glad you told me about it, because it was a great way for me to either learn new tricks and tips, to take a couple of classes on web design. So thank you for sharing that with me.
You're welcome.
Last year.
So you can set up an account for free through the MWR Digital Library to places that host courses like Universal Class. And there's hundreds upon hundreds of opportunities, learning opportunities in there. But what about if I like to just read a book, or I'm in my car a lot, I'm driving back and forth.
I love a good podcast. For me personally, I am not a huge reader. I wish I was, but I like to listen to audiobooks, and podcasts are great. A podcast we both listen to is Being Boss.
It's one of my absolute most favorite podcasts. They talk about a wide array of business topics. They get they're pretty serious entrepreneurs, but they're also a little bit into the woo-woo, so there's like a really fun blend in there.
If you go on Spotify or Apple iTunes Store, there's always, you know, just like the music, how there's different ones in different categories. Same thing with the podcast. Another great way to find one particular that will work for you is you can Google. There's always lists of, you know, the top 10 marketing or top 10 fashion, top 10 entrepreneurship. So, you know, look and see what works for you and try some different ones out. Listen to 20 minutes of, you know, an episode and see if it speaks to you.
So one that really speaks to me, and my friend Jess introduced me to it several years ago, but Fri YAY, I love her. Like, I want to be her when I grow up. I'm working on it every day, like a little more Marie, I think. But Marie is amazing, and she's had a YouTube channel forever, and she does like these helpful little business tips and videos like this. But she takes the audio from that, and it's a podcast now too. So I listen to that.
That's one of our goals.
I listen to that on a pretty regular basis. Now, if I just want to like read or listen to an audiobook, some of my favorite business books or books that have inspired me as a business owner, they're maybe not business related particularly. I love Brene Brown in general, so all of her books that I've read have been really good, but Dare to Lead was one that really inspired me as a business owner. And then one that really helped me just get moving, I read it about 3 years ago when I was just moving into this office and starting to rebrand everything and just change the whole vision of everything. And it was kind of scary, kind of a scary time for me because I was like leaping in.
Yeah, putting yourself out on a ledge.
Right. And I was just kind of barreling into it and changing everything that I'd known from my freelancing days.
Right.
But You're a Badass by Jen Sincero.
I've heard amazing things. It's on my list to read this year. But I mean, whether it's people in business, people, you know, who are still in school. I've heard so many people, my mom who, you know, has been a stay-at-home mom and did side projects and side hustles. She loved it. So I've heard it's an amazing book.
It's so good. So it's like, get off your butt and get moving, and it's motivational, but it's also a little funny, and it's such a good blend.
It's a good blend and mix balance.
Right.
Yeah.
And then another one that inspired me as a business owner, just kind of about customer service and treating your employees and that kind of thing, was Delivering Happiness by Tony Hsieh from the creator and owner of Zappos.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that book was awesome. It really like kind of solidified in my mind the type of company that I want to own and the way I want to treat everyone in my circle, you know, everyone from our team to our clients and
who we connect with.
Yeah, everything. Just everyone who's in the path of all of that. So there's a lot more. I could go on about this all day. I love resources. We could nerd out about it forever, but we're going to stop there. But if you have a resource you love that would be really particularly helpful for any kind of brand new business or startup, share it in the comments below. We'd love to hear what you want to give a shout out to. So thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of 5 Minute Ish Fri YAY. We were definitely on the ish side of things this week.
Yes, we were.
But
we didn't have a strict list this week. So.
Right. But we will see you next week. And stay tuned for that. So thanks for watching.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, and happy Valentine's Day. Yay.